Okay, today we have a soap making class, and I thought I would bring you in for a little test that I wanted to do during the class for making goat's milk soap, cold process. So I hope you enjoy it. Hey everybody! Okay, so I'm doing a soap class and my students are hiding over there in chairs. They're like, don't put me in front of the camera. Oh, I'm just playing. They got big grins on their faces. And I come up with this notion, and you know how I do. I come up with notions, and I just opened a side to try them. And so I thought we'd try them when you're with us, because it's so much more fun to try new things together, right? Okay, so I have 5 ounces of goat's milk, and I have a cold process recipe that calls for 12.2 ounces of water. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 5 ounces from my overall water, and that would give me 7 ounces of water. And then I'm going to subtract 1 ounce as a water reduction. It's a test. We're just playing, right? Okay. And goat's milk adds a lot of fat. In hot processed soap, goat's milk is much more soft and whatnot. So I've got some history with this recipe. I feel like we need to at least take 1 ounce out. No telling what's going to happen. Alright, so we're going to tear this out. So in the end, after reducing 1 ounce and 5 ounces for milk, I'm going to do 6.2 ounces of water. Alright, so here is my 6.2 ounces of water. And now I'm going to measure my lye. And my lye is 4.2. I'm going to shake because the top has had contact with air. So 4.2. And I got a touch too much. Oh, I'm trying to get it out of the lye bottle and put it in there. There we go, 4.2. So now we're going to put the lid on that. So now we're going to get rid of our scale so it's not in the way. And we're going to take and mix our lye. And because I've been mixing batches in here, the lye residue in the bottom of the container has been pulling moisture from the air, and that light moist residue has caused my lye that was sitting, that just got poured in, to stick to the container. We're using our tall container. We got a firm grip. We're wearing a glove. We got our goggles on. Alright. Alright, so now I'm going to move my lye things out of the way. And I'm going to replace the lye that was cooling, that is now most likely cool, into my ice bath where it has to stand up. It can't get away. And I'm going to cool that lye, but I'm going to keep my milk room temperature. I've let it defrost and I've brought it to room temperature, and we're just going to see what happens. And we're back, and we've gotten our lye water, and I told you what we put in there. So that's sitting right here. Now we have our oils. I gently mix those in on defrost in the microwave. I gently, real slow like, got them melted, and we're sitting at almost 90 degrees, and we want it to be between 80 and 100, and I like it better closer to 80 than 100. And we've got our lye water cold. It came fresh out of our vat, and we've got that ready. We've got 2.5 ounces of honey, and in this pot I have mixed bentonite clay and glycerin, and I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of bentonite clay and glycerin in there. And we have our room temperature milk. Cannot be cold, must be room temperature. All right, so now we're going to start her up. I've been making soap in my stick blender. I have this water here so that I can clean it when I'm doing colors in between, and it's real hot water out of the tap. And I must have forgot to go zzz, and so I was making a bar in there. It was really attractive. All right, so we're gonna take and put our lye water directly in. And ladies, if y'all want to step up and get closer, you can. You have your goggles on. All right. I'm turning off the stick blender to blend the top a little extra. And so now I'm going to add my fragrance. And today we are going to add honey. Essential Depot's honey fragrance. Their honey, their chocolate, and their dragon's blood is my absolute favorites. Would you like to smell the honey? Yeah. There you go. Off of my stick blender, and because my counter is very clean, we just cleaned it up really good, I'm going to put that back in my soap pot because I'm a cheapskate. Alright, we're well blended. We've got our fragrance in there. We've come to trace, and I'm more worried about sticking my spatula to the blade of my stick blender because I'm a cheapskate and getting all the little bits out there. Alright, so I have got 2 tablespoons, as I told you. Oh, that's right. We use less milk. So now we're going to add our milk. I knew that, guys. I knew that. And the milk is added last. And it's thickening up on us quite a bit. We're like going to super trace. Alright, we've added our milk. And as you can see, we're getting quite thick. So we won't be doing any pouring designs, that's for sure. So now I'm going to put a little bit over into my activated charcoal, no, bentonite clay, and I'm going to blend that up. here's our mole. And as you can see, this has been the first one we've done where we've had some serious thickness going on. So what I'm going to do, y'all can step right on up and look. It's not a problem. So see how thick that is?
Yeah.
All right, but it's still manageable. And it can get to the point that it seizes and it's not manageable. All right, so now I'm going to put a layer of my gray in here.
No, I heard it again.
No, with my phone.
Oh, okay. I thought her battery went dead.
Oh, okay. I thought that you thought that the soap was making beeping sounds. And I was going to have you entered into a 24-hour observation. No, I'm just playing. All right, so now we're gonna just take, and I'm sorry I don't have two cameras and I can't bring you over here for this part, but this is a test on can we do the goat's milk that way. So now I've put that layer of gray in. So now I'm gonna put my, if I had two cameras, I've been asking for patrons, which is $1 a month. I feel like if everybody, or if just a few, 100 people did $1 a month, I could buy that fancy camera equipment I want, and we could make some seriously better videos where you could see what was going on all the time, because I have built-in cameras right here on this table. So anyway, so now I'm going to tap it to get the air out of it. And I'm going to take a spoon and I'm going to do what I showed you before. I'm going to just barely blend, do a swizzle, but you don't have to do a swizzle with the gray. You could just have a gray level, or you could take a dowel and you could just whizzle it around in the soap and just sort of blend it around a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and do that so that I have that pretty top. See how that's a blend top? Okay, so then I can then do some pretty things with the top. And so right now I'm bringing both of them to the middle like that, and then I can just try to do something fun right here on the top, just see what happens. And because I have the playtime of the fact that I soaked cool, so everything got blended, so now I've sort of brought that down. And what do you think?
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
Looks like gorgeous. Bread.
It does, doesn't it? It's so cute. Y'all gotta see it. I'm sorry y'all couldn't see it before now, but I'm doing a class, but I just wanted to think, there's a way to put goat's milk in cold processed soap that we don't have to put lye crystals in our milk and destroy it. I mean, putting lye crystals directly in milk destroys that milk. It's just like putting lye water down your drain when it's stopped up, and I just couldn't I couldn't make peace with that, okay guys? I just had to have another way. I just couldn't do it to my milk. I just couldn't do it. And I couldn't do it to the skin that the soap is going to be moisturizing. So hang on, I'm gonna bring you up here and let you see. Okay, there it is. I've taken one of my gloves off because I got quite a bit of soap on it, so I'm just gonna handle it with one. But isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? And I put that milk in at the very end. And we even got away with 1 ounce of water reduction with this recipe. And I've got to clean up my sides. I know I do. But I wanted to go ahead and show it to you because I'm vain. I couldn't wait to let you see it. Look how gorgeous that is. Just look at that. Just look at that. Kimberly Macnut, the hot processed soaper, did that right there. Y'all are going to be singing that song. She's so vain. Okay, so I wanted to give you over the oil part of the recipe. I gave you the milk water lye, and I almost forgot to put the milk in it. Did you see me do that? Okay, so it's 4 ounces of coconut, 12.5 ounces of olive oil. No, that's another one. Forget that. Cut. Okay, it's 5.3 ounces of coconut, 1.1 ounces of castor, 7.2 ounces of olive oil, and 2.4 ounces of shea butter. And I times that by 2. So our oil, our water was 6.1, but I times it by 2, which was 12.2. I subtracted 5 ounces of milk from it. And then I subtracted, and then I said, okay, so that'll be 7 ounces of water. And then I subtracted another water for reduction, and I got away with it. But a fragrance that might cause things to thicken maybe more than that one might have got me in trouble with that, because when the milk went in, that natural sugar hit that soap, and it went, ooh. And it said, I'm going into soap. It's going to happen soon. You got to hurry. You got to hurry if you want me to be pretty. So I had to hurry. So know that you've got to soap cool. You don't want to add milk when you're soaping hot or using the hot lye method, because you're, for one thing, going to burn your milk and you're going to get orange soap. And for the second thing, you know, you want your milk to go in and not cause the product to seize, the soap to seize. And in my opinion, if you put it in soaping where you're already getting thicker quicker because it's soaping hot, I think we're going to end up with seized soap. So as soon as you put the milk in there, sugar goes in, and boom, it's going to go, you know. So you could have, first time you do this, you might plan on taking that 1 ounce of water reduction out of it, just for safety's sake, because you're playing with it for the first time. So I used 6.2 ounces of water and 5 ounces of milk. So I put all of the lye in part of the water, and then I added the milk after I put my fragrance in, at the very, very last possible option, to protect it from ever possible reaction with the lye. I'm giving the lye lots of time to eat on stuff, okay? And I know that that soap over there is still lye active, and I know it's eating on my milk, but it's not eating on my milk as bad as some situations with soap making. So that's what we did, and I just wanted to go over that with you and make sure that you had all the recipes and everything in a calm manner. My students happily left, all cheery, and they may sign up for the hot process soap making classes coming up in May and June. So if you would like to do the hot process soap making classes, you can look at cornerstone-market.com and click on soap making classes on the left, and the link's on the left. And there's 2 sets of classes, and you can pay and you can have a guest. There's a guest fee. You do have to bring a mold with you and a stick blender, but I've reduced the price to $100 since you have to supply those things. All right, so that makes it a little bit more affordable, and you're always going to need a mold if you're going to make soap, and you've got to have a stick blender, right? Okay, all right, so now let's go look at the soap. Okay. Isn't it pretty? It's so pretty. Look at it. Look at its prettiness. This one is the grass. No, this one's chocolate, and this one is honey. That's right. Isn't it gorgeous? I'm proud of it. I know you can't tell. So I got to cover it back up. I'm praying I don't get expansion cracks. I left it out to cool for a while and made sure that it was not going to get super hot before I did that. Okay, everybody, that one was a little disorganized since we had a class going on, and boy, have I got a disaster to clean up. It's a mess. But anyway, but I'm going to let y'all go on home now. And I hope you'll find find another video that you might enjoy of mine to watch. And you've got to watch my claim jumpers video. And you've got to watch Kim and Steve Goes Caving. And Kim goes to Mom and Dad's house for cornbread. And you just got to watch those. So I think at the end of this video, I'm just going to poke those those 3 videos here, here, and here. Or maybe it'll be here, here, and here. Or maybe it'll be here, here, and here. But it's going to be there.